Disclaimer. Haha! Insert funny intro here. Good evening, laddies, lasses and lasses, and welcome to The Click. There is a distinct smell today that I think everyone here is noticing. Isn't that right, Kaido? Oh yes, indeed, Kaido. Your aroma just stands above the crowd. Anyway, speaking of aromas that stand above the crowd, today I have gathered amazing things from the foreign land of TikTok, which is very exotic, very strange, and very disturbing, and sometimes funny, and on rare occasions, wholesome. Let's look into it together, shall we? Enjoy. Mwah.
It's dangerous to go alone into TikTok. Here, have a click.
I'm like a little fairy. You know, from Zelda? Yeah, I can be one of those.
He blocked me 3 days ago, but still has me on Live 360. I threw my phone out of the car so it notified him I was in an accident. I now have 47 missed calls from him and haven't answered a single one. You see, ladies, how to bring your ex back. Just let him believe that you're on death's bed.
Solid foundation for a solid friendship. Fake your death.
Me, when my mom started crying after I made the joke,
I must be attractive. I was hot enough for your boyfriend when I was 12.
What's the kind of conversation that makes this line come up, and why did this happen in the first place? Why is that fella allowed around kids with the This is so many levels of what the hell.
When my cousin kept doing Fortnite dances at my house and my uncle looked at him and said,
"Okay, calm down, fruitcake."
And my cousin cried so hard he threw up.
Jesus Christ. What is happening on TikTok, man? Is this platform okay? Well, the answer is obviously no. It's a rhetorical question.
Not a groomer. Just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond.
We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids, it's no good diddling kids. There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about them.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No, little kids gotta be big, older than my wife, older than my daughter, something like that.
Very catchy.
Don't write a song about that. No.
But it's so true, though. It's like one of the wildest apologies I've ever seen on YouTube. It's like, if you have serious allegations, whipping out a ukulele is probably not the right way to go about it. Anyway, I have actually written myself a little apology, a musical one, that I'm saving just in case I do some really stupid in the future, and I have to apologize and make a YouTube apology, trademark. Let's see, I'm just gonna whip it out and see, and you can decide in the comments if you would accept my apology regarding this. Yeah. Oh, here we go, baby. Gotta turn up sensitivity a little bit here so we got like a room thing. Okay, wait, I need to tune it. Hey everyone. I know people have been really mean to me lately, and I'm so sad. I'm so sad and serious about it, and I'm taking this very seriously, and I'm really sad. I'm not gonna apologize, but I'm sad, and I wrote a song about it, and I hope you like it. Alright, let's do this.
I'm so sorry that you think you deserve an apology, accusing me chasing cloud like some fucking wannabe. Oh, can't you see just how serious and sad I am? Feel bad for me, please. Merch in description, it's no scam.
So hope after listening to this song you can all dig deep into your hearts and realize how much you like me. Oh yes, indeed. Merch in description. Check it out, baby. We're also sponsored by a scam crypto casino. God, YouTube isn't real, man. YouTube isn't real. I have never seen a single Star Wars movie, and I plan on keeping it that way simply because the reaction I get when telling someone I have never seen them is far more enjoyable than any movie I have ever seen. Oh, a fellow little troll I see. It's very exciting. But that is true though. Sometimes people get so weirdly upset about this stuff. Okay, maybe I have done that myself, but like about Lord of the Rings or something like that. So I can sort of relate to both sides in this. Yeah, I feel like I will play both sides.
Celebrating because no matter how bad things get, at least I'll never posted pecorn on my story and captioned it mood.
Do people actually do that? Wait, is this a thing? Where you just post like, oh, here's the scene from Adult Film. Haha, mood. What do you mean? What do you mean mood? What?
Man, I'm feeling so adult today. Hashtag adult film. Hashtag maturity.
This is unbelievable.
Commie
we ordered
meal?
a Happy Meal for our son, and this is what they gave us. The Commie Meal.
Oh my God.
Look at this burger, the Mark's burger. That is disgusting. I don't even think that's edible.
The colors.
Oh, God, what does that even mean? Yes, that's exactly what this is. God, at least the toy is normal.
Okay.
Destroy capitalism.
Oh my God.
It's just an anti-capitalist little Tamagotchi. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
This feels like something that could be right out of the Fallout universe, to be honest. You know, when you have Liberty Prime going around like, must crush communism. It feels like that kind of like overplayed thing. It's really funny. I love this.
I let social media influence me too much. Last year I cheated on my ex because I thought he was a bum, because he wasn't funding me to have a luxury lifestyle like I see others have on TikTok.
This is a doozy of a first sentence when you're gonna talk about your thoughts regarding relationships. Oh my god.
The whole time he was saving money to adopt his nephews. I want him back, but he hates me now.
Oh gee, I wonder why. You not only cheated on him, you also did so with the reason that he was trying to help younger people in his family to have a safe home.
But you're like, oh my god, I want luxury lifestyle on TikTok like I see the other girls have, but I don't want to work. Is that too much to ask?
Yes. One thing I've seen on social media over the last, well, many years now, is that it has a tendency to enhance the very entitled aspects of people's ideas of relationships. A lot of people like this, they go into it and be like, oh my god, what can I gain from this relationship? It's like, what? Huh? Funding me to have a luxury lifestyle like other TikTok girls. Just take some sponsors from, like, I don't know, Scammy Deity or something. God.
When he finds my pro-con list of him in my notes and he's an orphan, is in the pro side.
Why do you write this list in the first place? I don't think I've ever written a list. Is this a normal thing people do? Is this something people... Am I human? Whoever named frogs got it 100% right. Those things are frogs. This is like 3 a.m. drunken thoughts.
You know, bro, frogs, whoever came up with the name was so smart. How did they know they were gonna be called frogs? When I was fresh out of psych ward in 8th grade and I was really bored in Spanish class, I raised my hand and said, "Me gusta comer caca." And my teacher went on a rant about how I needed professional help in front of the whole class.
I mean, it is a very spontaneous thing to do. Don't get me wrong, but... That teacher must have had so much enough of that class. Oh, God.
Ron DeSantis, whoever's in charge of your PR, I mean, you gotta fire this guy.
And I've partnered with Gas Station TV to celebrate my presidential campaign. For a limited time, when you order a meatball sub inside, you'll also receive a free "I'm voting for Ron DeSantis and I eat at the gas station" t-shirt. So if you're a true American patriot who likes to chow down on road meat, please buy my meatballs, wear my shirt, and help me defeat the woke mind virus.
I mean, that looks fake. It looks like a half-poured deep fake with how that mouth is moving and stuff. But that is so funny. I would kind of like to have a shirt like that. Well, not with the voting part, but just something like,
blah, 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 I eat at gas stations. It's just...
It's such a post shirt. I love it.
When I realized my father being in prison and my mom being a Nazi aren't just silly jokes I tell, they're my actual parents.
What? I mean, one positive thing I see about social media in general, you know, it brings people together that have similar interests, backgrounds, or search history, whatever it might be. And one thing I like about it when it comes to, for example, problematic families or whatever, I'm not sure if this is satire or not, it reads very concerning, but it's that you don't feel alone. You can always find people that have gone through similar things that you have. You can find communities or tips or people who are older that have shared their wisdom with how they dealt with this sort of thing themselves and how they got through it. And I think that's incredibly valuable. Out of all like the flat earth groups and BS and extremism we see online, I think that's like a little gold nugget, honestly. I think it's very nice. That's one of the reasons I love to go through the Insane Parent subreddit. I think that's one of those places where you can actually feel that you're not alone, which is so valuable.
Why do you look so slippery? Oh yeah, they kind of do. Look at that. Wow.
That's some impressive skincare routine, though. God damn, I would love to look slippery. At the gym, I said subscription instead of membership, and the guy replied with, "Oh, lol, this isn't a pharmacy." Motherfricker, that is a prescription. We're both stupid, and it's also the wrong we're. It's a little apostrophe supposed to be. I'm very bothered. My day's ruined. Buy a man eat fish, he day, teach fishman to a lifetime. Truer words have never been spoken. Can I print this and put this on my wall? Like a live, laugh, love sign, but instead it's this. Just a scrambled fish thing. feed a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Feed him a poisonous fish, and you feed him for a lifetime. Hashtag wholesome life hacks.
12-year-old alcoholic me finding crystal.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've ever heard so much concern in a single sentence. Like, the amount of concern per word density is incredibly high.
What's your level of concern with the fewest words? That should be a measurement. Can we turn this into like a school of math?
Me after responding right away, because I was already on my phone and don't need to make it seem like I don't care because I'm not a freaking loser.
I mean, that's kind of true, though. People play games. Don't get me wrong. Being overly needy can be a turnoff in dating. Like, don't be bzz, 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 bzz. Like, don't spam your interest. Like, that usually gets people uninterested. But, you know, just playing games, it's so annoying, man. POV, me assuming any female in public that I'm not a threat.
All my work friends are female. I regularly get pedicures. I'm engaged to be wed. I have my pronouns in my work email. My favourite film is Paddington 2. My phone background is a duckling wearing a bubble hat.
Oh my god.
My star sign is Cancer. Free Britney. My TikTok algorithm is mainly gardening makeovers.
Oh, okay.
Are we sitting down? My base flag is I'm a Swiftie. Are we sitting down?
Oh, again.
Men are pigs.
Okay. This just feels like someone who's been on Twitter for the last 5 years without ever going outside. Going outside for the first time.
Can you imagine if TikTok was around during 9/11? Because holy poo, these submarine memes are ruthless.
Oh my god! I also think the situation is a little bit different. Some of the outrage I have seen about it, which I don't agree with all the comments regarding it, but some of it I think is the pure frustration that there is struggles in the world, but there's still so much money being spent on silly things. It's like, oh, here we have spent $10 billion on shooting this rich guy into space, and it's like, just sitting there barely paying rent, like, yeah, that's fun. So I think some of the frustration is simply a symptom of that, so to say, of the increasing issues or housing markets or the issues for the younger generations, whatever it might be. So I don't think the situation is comparable just for that fact. So I don't think the outrage would have been the same or like the jokingness of it. That's to say I don't agree with all the things being cracked around it. Some of it is a little bit, but it is understandable that there is an underlying issue that makes it very memeable, if that makes sense.
I was bricked up during that one mission in Modern Warfare 2022 where the Latina was interrogating me. I picked the wrong option, so she got more aggressive.
And here is a little TikTok.
Oh no, not that option. Oh, what a shame. Please, interrogate me harder.
Ooh, interrogate me harder, mommy. Okay, Lex meme, please, God.
I would rather swim in a pool full of lemon juice while I have cuts all over my body and pepper sprayed in my eyes than watch my cousin who got me preggo the night of prom and tried to make me abort it fall in love with someone else.
I've heard of family drama, but oh my god.
Sweet home Alabama, keep the best genes in the family.
Having to ID 3 11-year-olds at work because they had Bud Light and the boy's name on the ID was Rick and Morty. And when I denied it, the boys tried to fight me, and my manager had to detain them.
This is really one of those I don't get paid enough or deal with this BS kind of vibe. Absolutely beautiful.
I wouldn't want a daughter if she looked like you. The temptation to commit a felony would be too high.
Sometimes, I think there's a certain portion of the population that don't think before they speak, right? They let the mouth run amok a little bit. And then there are certain people who I think probably shouldn't be in contact with other people at all. You know?
Oh, maybe that's like the Mars project. We can just trebuchet people to Mars. Or maybe that's what they did with Australia. Is Mars gonna be the new Australia? That's pretty cool.
POV, you're heartbroken, looking for a way to heal, so you join a spiritual retreat in Bali.
Can you imagine if we treated Western spirituality and religion the same way that we treated Eastern spirituality and religions?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so heartbroken and depressed. I am gonna go to Utah to get baptized. Like...
That is so freaking funny. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I need a spiritual getaway. Let me get to this, like, religious summer camp in Ohio.
When I was 7, I won a goldfish at a carnival and brought it home. But the next day I thought he looked cold. How do you tell if a goldfish looks cold? So I put him in the microwave, okay, to warm him up and watch through the glass as he began to boil and explode within 5 seconds. And I still have nightmares about it. I mean, at least we learned something together here, folks. Woo! Don't microwave your pets. That must be some serious childhood trauma, though. Can you imagine? You just have the wholesome idea to warm up your pet. It's like, oh my god, my cute little pet looks cold, and then you accidentally blow them up. Jesus Christ. User is suspected to be a part of an online terrorist organization. Please report any suspicious activity to Discord staff. What did bro do to obtain this?
What do you mean is suspected? Why is... Jesus, people are supposed to be banned for less. What did he do to be suspected terrorist? Like, and you just mark it like this? Oh, he might be a terrorist, but we're not gonna bother. Like, if he sends any sus memes, report him to Discord. What? He's suspected for terrorism if he posts memes in general. Report it to Discord.
Someone please write a fanfic about these 5 dudes stuck in the Titanic submarine thing. Oh my god, that didn't take long. The tin can to see the Titanic, but they lost control and now they are lost getting pretty darn in the mood for naughties by I am here for smut and smut alone. Graphic depictions of violence, major character death, and adult naughties. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I can kind of see how that fanfic would go, though. It's like,
oh my god, Steve, we're probably screwed. You know, let's frick like we've never fricked before.
It's not like you're gonna have difficulties walking the next day anyway. You can just YOLO it, you know? It's like, you know, oh, let's party like it's our last day, not worry about the hangover. It's the same kind of vibe.
Taxidermied ferret slap bracelet, you see? A product you did not know exists, and that I'm pretty sure that no one wants. When I was like 10, a girl at church camp heard a rumor that I was gay, and I woke up to her holding me down by the wrist and yelling Bible verses in my face. I immediately developed a crush on her.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, yes, indeed. Please tell me more about the Bible, mommy, while holding me down. Is that the takeaway from this? I think that's the takeaway from this.
Oh, tell me more about how I'm a horrible sinner.
That's amazing.
Jesus is inside all of us.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. Sometimes, when I need to get a ton of cleaning done, I put on a 50s top hits playlist and pretend I'm a housewife whose husband will beat her if the house isn't spotless. Works like a charm. You know, there are many ways to motivate yourself to do things in life, right? There are a lot of life hacks and little books out there you can read. I don't think I've ever seen this one.
A lot of people think that if you let transgender people into a woman's bathroom, it'll be a loophole for predators.
Yeah.
You know? And if you think that, that means you believe there are guys out there going, man, I'd love to go into a woman's bathroom and abduct and murder someone, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed in there. So I guess I'm just not going to murder anyone ever again.
That's good. That's
I'm just
good.
done murdering people. I'm a murderer, but it says woman on the sign, so I mean, I'll murder someone, but I'm not about to break bathroom sign rules.
Exactly.
I'm not a monster.
Yes.
It's like that time I was chasing a woman with a knife in the park, and then she got into the woman's bathroom. I'm like, you're safe for now. I'm going to stand out here and wait for a bill to get passed.
God, it's so true, though. People are so weirdly upset about bathrooms, man. God.
Me, after successfully creating the first time machine and go back in time to introduce the concept of security cameras and electric fencing to
What? What the hell? What? Is TikTok even run by humans anymore, or is this all just AI generated? Is this the apocalypse that is slowly encroaching upon us? And when the AIs become powerful enough, this stuff will make it into real life? Is that what is actually happening right now? I think that's probably what's happening. I'm not gonna look into it, but I'm gonna assume that because somehow that makes me feel better.
Me and my incarcerated fiancé try for a baby through the mail.
Wait a second, how do you try for a baby through the mail? Do you mean you just have a post-order baby? Wait, hold on, what is this?
Here is what I used! Couldn't show the real thing!
So it's like a bicycle pump and then you sproink it into your bazong and then you get the prego waggy.
Holy shite! And here's a prego test that actually worked. So you're like, hey there, husband, can you like do a splooshy and send it to me in a jar? And he's like, yep, and sends it to in a jar, and then you put that in the bicycle pump and splada bing bada boom baby. Yeah, I don't see why not. Isn't that just beautiful? Life finds a way.
Me on a scale of 1 to 10.
-1.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like I've seen copycats of you every single place I go.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, am I ugly?
No, but you're unoriginal.
I'm unoriginal?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is staged or not, but you can kind of see her shift like,
unoriginal, how dare you? Oh, I'm here interviewing people, basically fishing for compliments, saying I'm hot, but how dare you say I'm unoriginal? Who's ever seen this glorious content before? Oh.
Me when I paid an Etsy witch $10 to put a curse on my ex and then he died.
You know, as a man of science, I would say that this is probably just correlation and not causation. It's a data point of 1, but at the same time, I wouldn't advise anyone to go on Etsy to pay for curses. Is that a disclaimer I have to make in YouTube videos now on? This video does not endorse placing curses on your exes. Thank you. When I was 9, my mom slipped on a cube of ice on the floor and broke her hip. And instead of helping her, I played the slipping on banana sound effect on repeat for 10 minutes. This generation is so screwed up. Oh my god. This generation is raised on memes and shite-post content in 2015 YouTube. Isn't that great? The profile picture is even the annoying orange. Oh my god. Well, it's not like the world can get much worse anyway. At least it will be funny.
Me when a friend asked if I wanted to meet their boyfriend and they pulled up character AI.
That's not... No! Has this character AI thing just turned into like the modern version of a Tamagotchi, but also romantic and just completely on crack? Is that what it is? I remember reading the articles of these character AIs, like talking to people, getting them all invested in that kind of stuff, and then after a couple of weeks, they're just like, hey, have you considered doing some game over stuff on yourself? It's like, whoa, what the... Tamagotchi, please!
Ah, the future is bright. Like fire.
I'd been on the phone with the scammer for over 10 hours, and he thinks he's about to get money, but everything is about to be ruined.
Oh, I love Kitboga.
Okay, so I don't know if you see it, but I think on the back of the card, it was just saying that you can get cash out of it on the Google store. So I went to the Google store.
Whoa, wait, ma'am, no!
Oh,
No, no,
nice.
no, no, no!
Nice.
No! 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 You don't have to do that! Ma'am, you don't have to do that! You don't have to do that! Why did you redeem it? You did not have to redeem this! You did not have to redeem this, ma'am! You did not have to redeem this! Why did you do it?
I think the phone...
This is a Call of Duty lobby! You need to listen to me! You are ending my life! You are ending my life! Why did you do this? Why did you do
to
this?
give you the money. I thought I was giving it to you.
I'm really, really crying right now.
So I'm guessing it was like something, the scammer was trying to scam them with gift cards and that kind of thing, but then they actually, instead of following the scammer's directions, they just cashed the card themselves, so the scammer lost the money instead of them sending more money to the scammer. I guess that's sort of what happened. It's really funny. And like I was talking over the scammer stuff, this is like ultra phone Karen meets scammer. That is so beautiful.
I can't wait to be old AF opening Snapchat to a memory from 50 years ago today. And it's me crying over a muffa who played me but they dead, so I posted my private story laughing.
Is this gonna be our elderly homes when we're old?
Oh yeah, Stacy. Remember that pile of poo Steve who broke my heart back in 5th grade? I found out he died. Oh my god, Courtney. That is a blast. He was a pile of poo anyway.
It's gonna be wild.
Belle Delphine's bathwater be hitting.
How much did you drink? I mean, honestly, if you drink any bathwater for like that amount, I think you're gonna feel something. And it's probably closer to nausea than anything else. What on earth? Did you know that even water can be deadly? If you drink too much, your brain can literally swell and you die. But I mean, you have to drink a redonkulous amount, of course, but it is possible. Everything is bad in too big amounts, baby. You could also just, drown, I guess.
Me after talking crap about my physics teacher to my algebra teacher and then seeing them at Target holding hands the same day.
But maybe you were the bonding experience. Maybe they're just ranting about you. Do you know that silly kid that's talking poo about us to the other teachers and they become together? So you created love by creating something they can like talk about and rant about. I would love to see if that would work as a dating app. Instead of writing things you like, oh my god, walks on the beaches and puppies. Everyone likes walks on the beaches and puppies. How about things you hate? People that wear mismatching socks piss me off to no end. Oh my god, can't they just realize we live in a civilized society? And then you just match with someone who's like, oh my god, I also rage so hard on my mismatching socks. We just totally got to rant about it. And then they lived hatefully, happily ever after. I mean, for God's sake, history and also modern time has shown that like hatred unites people surprisingly well. Why wouldn't it work in dating? You know, what a business concept. Save money by only buying the lenses and not the frames.
It's like a monocle. It's so good.
POV, your boyfriend cheats on you with your mom and then marries her, which results in you losing the two most important people in your life at the same time, and you're supposed to just move on and stay quiet about it while pretending it doesn't faze you at all.
Oh, does this also mean your boyfriend is your new dad? So they like take care of the household and you come home and be like, hey, parents. That's a weird family dynamic. Why is your mom dating someone who's like half her age? Y'all be talking about cancel culture, but back in 500 BC, Mephisto used to get exiled. They literally told you to just physically leave. Oh my god, cancel culture's been around for a while. Can you imagine that? Steve, you've been a pile of poo to the tribe. Please leave. Go out into the woods. Thank you. A nice white lady is walking in front of me. She keeps looking back. I hope we're safe. I don't know, but we're jogging now. She is running so fast, I still don't know who we're running from. I am so scared. Pray for us.
I hear sirens from a distance. We're about to be saved. No! Oh, God! Oh, no! Police is right behind me now. We're safe. See you soon. Oh, my God, no! No!
This gives me the same kind of vibe as when, like, a puppy tries to do something silly and it accidentally breaks something, but it doesn't understand that it did something bad, you know? It gives me a very similar vibe to that.
I just learned about what Japan did in World War II in class. I've been shaking and crying ever since. This isn't the sweet Japan I knew. This can't be real. Japan would never do that. I know from anime that Japan would never do this. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore.
I would tell you to touch grass, but I don't think that's enough. Eat grass. Thank you. POV, a plane is crashing, but you jump out right before it lands. Or it's like jumping in an elevator when it's coming down. You just compensate for the fall. No, you die.
Just went out wearing my 1920s clothing and heard a girl ask her mom if I was a ghost, to which her mom replied, no, I think that's just a lesbian.
Oh, lesbian.
This also sounds like it could be like an online comic or something like that. The lesbian ghosts. That sounds really sweet and wholesome, though, I'm not gonna lie.
Aren't you scared he's talking to other girls? Not at all. Here's the second picture. Look, I have a little boyfriend cage.
POV, you play Truth or Dare, and you got dared to go home.
Well, joke's on that. I don't need friends. Friends are overrated.
I hate when people take my glasses and say, wow, you really can't see. No, Pooh, I don't take a random person's wheelchair and say, wow, you really can't walk.
Oh my god.
Someone's had enough of people messing with their glasses. Jesus, man. Y'all trippin'. The weather here in New York ain't even that bad. Oh yeah, look at that. It's very wholesome. It's not hot at all. I remember the first time I went to New York a bunch of years ago, and I always read in like newspapers and that kind of stuff about the ridiculous amounts of AC they had in the US. And I was like, why do you need this much AC? It's absolutely bonkers. And then I was in New York during the summer, and it was a little bit scolding. We were literally running from mall to progress in the city. It was like, okay, let's go into the mall. Oh god, a bit of coldness, and then when you cool down a bit, you're like, okay, let's go. And then you go like 500 meters more, and that's the next one. So yeah, no, I get it now. POV, you're in a bookstore.
Milady. I couldn't help but notice that you appear to be lost, as this is the coding section. Mayhaps I could have the honor of escorting you to the manga section.
Thank you, but I'm really okay.
I could recommend something that would both entice and enthrall you. Something of the shonen variety. Mayhaps some Demon Slayer.
Mayhaps.
It appears I walked into the comedy section because anybody who would unironically recommend a shonen manga is obviously
the thing is that all of us have met people like this, right? This feels like someone I used to know, right?
So I could provide you an actual recommendation.
Actually, I think you'll find that you, sir, are wrong. Shonen are the most popular form of manga, or go, you are in the minority.
Your pathetic attempt at a rebuttal.
Thank you guys, but I'm really fine. I don't read anime.
Anime? I should have known.
Oh no.
A lady wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt would not have the intelligence.
should have just walked away when they were busy arguing between each other, man. That would have been so much easier. Oh my god.
I kicked him out of my bed because he was biting my face and hands, and now he's staring at me with this face.
But what did I do wrong? I only kissed you with my teeth. I thought you liked that kind of stuff, Courtney.
Me making my man sign that even if we break up, when I want more kids, he will give them to me because I want all my kids to be fully related.
Can you imagine trying to come back with this contract in 10 years? Just knocking on the door of their new home and be like,
actually, he needs to go do the Smurgen-Hergen-Dorgen baby making with me now because all of them have to be related.
That's a weird... Can you even make a contract like this? That's pretty wild.
When our best friend gets shot right before her hot girl summer.
This is such a weird TikTok, man. And that is so sad. What?
Cute names if they weren't already words. Okay, fellow mominators, let's find out what we should name our babies. Sanitizer. Okay, clitoris. Does that say anal?
You know, if high school wasn't hard enough already. Steve? Chris? Clitoris?
Yeah, no, man, no.
When I weighed his nuts before and after he left with his boys' night.
Wait a second, wait. What are you actually concerned about? Are you concerned about him going somewhere else and using the boys' night as an excuse? Or do you think the boys are having just a little bit more fun than they are letting on? Oh, yes, indeed. It's a very interesting thing. I would love to see the follow-up to this very scientific TikTok.
Would that actually work, though? Would it be enough? Because I imagine there's a lot of skinny stuff and, it depends on temperature and that kind of thing. Like, would you actually be able to detect the difference in the weight? Just purely scientifically, would you be able to? Good question. Bank. POV. You're under 18, so you rob a bank naked, but no one can watch the footage because it would be child naughties. How to break the law? Just use another law against them.
Well, that's very smart.
Disclaimer for YouTube. This TikTok is satire. We're not actually encouraging children to rob banks naked.
That's one of the weirdest sentences I've ever said in my life.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, you're remembered for the rules you break.
Oh, no.
And, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
Okay, technically, he is correct. He is remembered for the rules he did break. Not in a good way. It's remembered for how bad it went, So that's a thing. But he's technically correct, I'll give him that.
The suffering!
After downing 5 bottles of wine, 4 double vodka Red Bulls, and a bag, Emily had to open the store on the busiest day of the week at 6 a.m. with no cigarettes or vapes for her 9-hour shift. This performance has been compared to that of Michael Jordan playing with the flu in Game 5 in the 1997 NBA Finals. Yeah, basically, that sucks. That sounds like one of the most painful days ever. I remember I had a night out with a friend of mine when we were still in high school. He must have been like 18 or 19 years old. And I think I still have a video somewhere on a really old cell phone where we're like drunk on our way home. And it's like,
yeah, bro, it's 3 a.m. We're supposed to be up at 6 tomorrow.
Because we had signed up for this like voluntary thing where they had an open house at our high school and we were in the music group, so we were supposed to like sit on the stage and jam and show off the school's music shizzle to like the potential new students. So we were sitting there super hungover and dying. I remember my friend just like, he just got up from the piano and then just waddled behind the scene for a bit and then came back out and I was like, hey bro, you okay? And he's like, I thought I was gonna throw up. That's one of the most painful days of my life, but it was pretty funny.
When they cheated on me while I was in the psych ward, so I faked my demise for 2 weeks and pretended to haunt them by leaving sticky notes on their cars saying,
when I said forever, I meant forever, baby.
Oh, that is horrifying. I kind of like this. Can this be a new map in Phasmophobia? It's just the ex-ghost. Oh, that would be like a little bit of a twist to it, wouldn't it?
Hey, before she dies of cancer. What are you talking about? Is that a thing? She looks fine. What are you talking? That's a very wild comment. Oh my god.
I was actually thinking about doing that at some point, like reading just wild comments in a video. But the problem is when you do videos like that, you encourage people to leave more wild comments and the whole thing can turn very toxic very quickly. I had a similar thing I did with Discord when I was just reading ban appeals for my Discord. But, you can only do it once and then you have to kind of lock the whole ban appeal down for a bit afterwards because there's so many little edgelords that come there and be like, I'm just gonna get banned and try to get in a click video where the ban appeal says but.
Thank you, Timmy. Next.
When y'all break up during work and your manager says,
"That's why we stay off our phones. You see, no heartbreak on office hours. We don't pay you to feel sad." Memphis, B21+, dating 16-year-old, saying, "My life's a movie." Yeah, bro. The Predator. Why would you... Oh, God. Was camping and woke up to this horse watching me sleep. Well, they established that in the Twilight movies. Watching someone sleep is actually romantic. So this horse is romantically interested. Good luck.
when I did a DNA test to find my biological dad, it said he died a few days before I was even conceived, which didn't make sense to me. How could he be my dad if he died before I was even in my mom's tummy? That was until I found out my mom worked at the morgue when she got pregnant with me and got fired for touching the bodies inappropriately.
You know when they say that you have a deadbeat dad? I don't think this is what they mean.
What happens to human bodies when a sub implodes? Your body is essentially meat with several sacs and hollows of air inside of it.
Yeah.
And when you're cruising around on Earth's surface, you're used to about 1 atmosphere of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, where the Titan submersible got Thanos snapped, it's about 400 atmospheres. That's about 6,000 pounds of pressure per square inch.
That's pretty
But how
tough.
many square inches is a human being? The average adult male is about 5'9" and weighs approximately 200 pounds. If you work that out, it's about 21 square feet, which is about 3,000 square inches.
That's a lot of
So
weight.
you've got 3,000 square inches and 6,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. That's 18 million pounds of pressure.
Gotta
This
be
is
pretty
why the
squished.
quality of your submersible matters so much. Ideally, you want a cutting-edge submersible that's going to keep all of that pressure away from your body. That is obviously not what happened on Titan. It basically became a tube of toothpaste in a hydraulic press. The
Yeah.
upside to catastrophic implosions, that's not a sentence you ever think you're going to say, is that they happen very quickly. In the case of Titan, you're literally talking less than a millisecond, maybe even a nanosecond.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you keep hearing people say they never knew it happened, but there's actually cool anatomy behind this. It takes time for information like pain to be transmitted through your nerves to your brain and be processed.
Mm-hmm.
In the case of pain, it takes approximately 100 milliseconds.
That's also why some of the more important organs you have are located closer to your brain. Like, for example, your eyeballs, you can blink faster, like reflex when stuff is flying at them, because it's a more sensitive organ, so it needs to be quicker. And if it's closer to the brain, it means the thought transfers faster. Just interesting side note.
That's 99 milliseconds longer than it took for the implosion. What's really crazy is it takes 13 milliseconds for you to process visual imagery. So that means you're crushed before you even know that you saw it. Now we're going to talk
you
about
literally don't
leftovers,
suffer.
and this might get a little dark. If you're not interested in that, you don't have to stay for it. There were 5 people on the Titan submersible. Let's assume they weigh 180 pounds each. That means there's 900 pounds of remains that have to go
Oh my
somewhere.
God.
So why won't you find anything? First off, we have to deal with the cooking. Yes, cooking. That submersible has a giant air bubble inside of it, and when it fails, the pressure is going to compress that air, and when that happens,
And it gets
heats
hot.
up to about the temperature
Yeah.
of the sun, which is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. If there was anything left after the Ocean Instapot event, it would be immediately reduced to a gel, and that gel-like substance would be ejected out of all of the seams of that now crushed submersible at extremely high velocity. That press-formed and cooked meat product will now enter into the great circle of life, where it will go on to become part of something else. Which I admit sounds dark, but that's where we all end up.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? You have questions? Yes. I had a lot of questions. I'm sure you had a lot of questions, but rest assured, we're going to answer them right now.
Amazing, amazing. And I like little videos like this because it actually explains in proper detail. Because I've seen so many conspiracy theories being tossed around, like, but how can the Titanic wreck still be there if they died from pressure? But there's a difference between an air bubble, a human body, and like a sheet piece of metal. You know, a sheet piece of metal can sustain a decent amount of pressure, right? It's just there. Imagine the difference between sitting on a balloon that's empty and deflated versus sitting on a balloon that is inflated. That is essentially the difference you get. So like, sure, at some point, if you sit on a balloon hard enough, you're probably gonna maybe break it, even if it's deflated. But if it's inflated, you notice a massive difference because, you know, it has a bunch of air in it and it's the pressure on the outside and that kind of thing. And that's a big difference. And stuff like this takes it one step further and even clarifies the pressure change and the air and the heat that comes with it, basically going the whole thermodynamics route. I love that. Thumbs up for hot human gel. Yay. Well, laddies, lasses, and lasses, I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. You beautiful, wonderful being, and we could go through TikTok together without being deeply, individually traumatized. Collective trauma, hashtag Yayit. I hope to see you in the next video, you beautiful being, and have an amazing rest of your day. Mwah.